and taste. And what are we going to call it? Ecto-Cooler. Hi-C Ecto-Cooler. Slimer's new fruit drink. You've been warned. Wow.
Okay, here's just a split-second clip, but it was Ghostbusters relevant, and I had to tape in. It's from the movie Gung Ho, which was airing on cable, and a guy sitting there listening to Michael Keaton talk is wearing a Ghostbusters pin.
I say we can do it. Let's do it and do it our way.
And also On Our Own, which is the first single after Now.
Now here's Leonard Maltin showing some really cool promos for upcoming home video, including the wall of slime that Columbia did to promote Ghostbusters 2.
Thousands of dealers, from big chains to little mom-and-pop enterprises, converged on Las Vegas this week to see what's new. And for many of them, the big news is the number of big hits scheduled for fall release. Disney has a double whammy in store by releasing Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the animated classic Bambi, which, like many other new titles, will include a commercial tie-in. RCA Columbia proudly displayed a wall of slime to announce that Ghostbusters 2, which is still playing in theaters, will be out on video before the year is through. Ditto for Great Balls of Fire, which hasn't set any box office records, hastening its video release. The presence of a Batmobile led to eager speculation that Warner Home Video might bring Batman out for Christmas, but the company says no decision has been made. For many, the bread and butter at the VSDA convention is not hit movies, but the variety of programming available on tape, and celebrities of all kinds, from sports figures like Johnny Bench to Playboy Playmates, turn out to promote their video releases. Turn a corner and you might see Spanky McFarland of the Little Rascals, Robert Englund, also known as Freddy Krueger, or Barnabas, actor Jonathan Frid, promoting the release of TV's Dark Shadows on home video.
Okay, you guys go warm up before I can bring out some of that potential and also some of that potential at you at home.
For some, like basketball star Magic Johnson, video is a novelty. For others, like children's entertainer Shari Lewis, it's a new lease on life.
We are selling like crazy to the next generation. Me too? Yes, you too.
And with the video boom comes a whole new frontier of equipment, technology, and ideas. Laserdiscs are on the cutting edge of home entertainment, but they're still trying to get that message out to the general public. Image Entertainment did so with a very persuasive demonstration.
Here's a VHS tape after 10 rentals. And here's a laser disc after 1,000 plays.
While others are finding new applications for existing technology.
He said the customer comes into a video store and says, I can't remember the title, but I think it has the word pink in it, or maybe it's the word blue. We can find that data. So we search pink or blue, we press the key, and we bring up all our titles that have either pink or blue in the title. We can select from our brief citations, and then bring up our full citation. It shows full cast credits, short annotation, the price, and the manufacturer.
And the field is wide open for entrepreneurs who've got a new idea to sell. Now, Michael, this is a machine that's going to be in video stores?
That's right. We're going to be rolling it out into video stores, and it's going to give the consumer a chance to sample product before they ever have to make a rental or purchase decision. They simply could come up, touch a button, and in less than a third of a second, up comes a preview for 30 seconds of their choice. If they decide they've seen enough of Coming to America, they want to see Fletch Lives, they push a button, it comes up. And so on. They can work through a total of 80 titles, children's programming, movies, exercise, fitness, what have you, special features, and find out what it's all about before they ever have to make that ultimate commitment and put their money down on the counter.
Judging from this year's convention, there's no limit to what can happen in this mushrooming field. And just think, it barely existed 10 years ago. Leonard Maltin, Entertainment This Week.
I'm not sure when this originally aired, but I taped it in the summer of 1989. Here's David Letterman's top 10 list, the pet peeves of Elvis's ghost.
Elvis's ghost.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Top 10 pet peeves of Elvis's ghost. Number 10. Never got a chance to try them Dove bars. Number 9. Ghost of Leonardo da Vinci never really thanked me for the Cadillac I gave him. Number 8. When people you never even heard of claim you live in their toaster. Number 7. In 7-Elevens in the netherworld, they don't carry ring dings. Number 6. That pansy Casper. Number 5, being a bodiless, vaporous spirit makes it hard to hold a chili dog. Number 4, all those strangers walking through my house. No, I'm sorry, that's just one of my pet peeves. Number 3. A couple of stupid movies and every nut with a vacuum cleaner thinks he's a Ghostbuster. Number two. Number two, I wore capes before Batman made it hip. And the number one pet peeve of Elvis's ghost, trying to get a Ouija board to spell out double order of ribs to go.
Here's a very brief snippet from a John Candy interview on Later with Bob Costas, talking about declining the role of Louis Tully. I wish it was more complete, but that's all I've got.
Type or what?
Harold had called, and things just didn't go well in the negotiations on it. And we didn't see eye to eye on certain things. And the rest was history, but Rick did a great job with it.
Let's go to another Ramis vehicle with Bill Murray, which is Stripes, and we'll end this opening segment on that one because you couldn't have had many bad feelings about that, either your role in it or the thing overall.
No, I had a great time in that one. That was just a lot of fun to do.
I guess the scene that most people would remember of yours would be the mud wrestling scene where you finally decide, your patriotic talk from Bill Murray, and you decide you'll do it.
I had to do it for the team, absolutely, for the Corps, for me.
Hey, if you ever wondered what Dave Coulier looked like when he was doing the voice of Peter Venkman on the real Ghostbusters cartoon, after replacing Lorenzo Music, who, in my opinion, was the superior one, well, here's a brief clip from Full House where he does an impression of Bill Murray meeting Bullwinkle.
Well, listen up, Winkmeister. A, you're a moose. You got a coat rack on your head. And, B, you hang out with that whiny little squirrel Rocky. I mean, sure, he flies, so he's got that going for him. Oh, come on now, cut.
Now, at the very end of that clip, I'm sorry, but I accidentally back-rolled over it. Dave Coulier did this shtick that he always did on Nickelodeon's Out of Control, where you go cut it out, where he was trying way too hard to come up with a catchphrase, and apparently he didn't have it out of his system by the time they did Full House either.
Smooth taste. And what are we going to call it? Ecto-Cooler. Hi-C Ecto-Cooler. Slimer's new fruit drink. You've been warned. Wow.
Here's Crook and Chase's Jimmy Carter again. This time he's reviewing Ghostbusters 2.
We're the beautiful, we're the only Ghostbusters.
This movie was something of a disappointment. You might have called it 3 Ghostbusters and a baby. I love Bill Murray. I love the baby. I didn't love the movie.
And this is my last Ghostbusters 2 relevant clip on the videotape from summer of 1989. This is MTV's summer movie Fade Out, where Ghostbusters 2 was called the worst comedy.
Ghostbusters is stupid.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters 2 stoned.
I didn't think that was as good as the first one.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters!